morning. Good morning, Facebook family and friends. What's today? Today is December the 14th, and this is Saturday morning with Dr. Mama Rosie Thompson. Thank you so much for joining today. Really appreciate all of you who will take the time out of your day and get up early to be with me as I go live, and those who will watch this video later on YouTube or Facebook. Today, December 14th, 2024, we are still always going to become whole and authentic. We're going to work on it for the rest of our lives. And we're going to get through the holidays together. So today we're going to talk about enjoying the holidays when you become an empty nester, or when you live alone. I was thinking about that. I think about that quite a bit. I had all these plans in my mind when I was working, and when my kids were little, I was going to do this and I was going to do that. When the kids are grown and gone, and when the kids are grown and gone. But I want to tell those of you who may still have children at home that you may have all of these ideas about what your life's going to be like when the kids are grown and gone. It may not. It may not. I just want to give you a little warning and let you know it may not turn out the way you know that you're thinking right now. Not saying that you won't have a good day or you won't enjoy your holidays, but life brings about changes sometimes that we don't even know are coming. So I just want to share that with you. As I said, today we're talking about enjoying the holidays when you become an empty nester, when the kids are gone, or you live alone, or you're not married and live alone. So, we, most of us, the holidays are often seen to us as a season of joy, a season of love, a season of togetherness. Every Christmas movie, the girl by herself or the guy by himself, he meets the girl, they end up having a very good Christmas together. They go to the family house and they're celebrating, they're shopping. We see all of these things that for us represent the holidays and Christmas. But what happens when we are no longer, in the homes with those shared memories? What happens when maybe our children have moved away to different locations? I was talking to my son yesterday, one of my sons, and so he said he may not be here for Christmas. And I thank God that I've gotten to a place where that's okay. I don't want them, especially if the weather's bad, traveling. And I know that he's a single parent, technically a single parent raising 4 children alone. So if he chooses not to come, or he decided this is not a good time for me, I'm good with that now, because I have learned how to do some other things, and things that I'm going to share with you. There may come a time when no one is excited about decorating or even putting up the tree anymore. I meet a lot of friends and talk to a lot of women my age, and women who, they don't put up a tree, they don't decorate for Christmas, they don't cook anymore. The things they did when the kids were there, they did it for for the kids and for the husband, maybe when they were married, or when when things were different. But now they don't do those things anymore. So no one's waking you up at midnight or 4 a.m. to open gifts to see if Santa Claus came. So for a lot of people, the Christmas magic seems to have gone, and Christmas becomes just another day. The first thing that I want to say that we should do when this happens is find out why. Because the reason you're alone is going to make a difference. Maybe you're alone because the kids have gotten grown and moved out of the house. Or maybe you went through divorce this year, or maybe you hoping to have someone in your life and don't have anybody in your life. Maybe the traumatic experiences of losing someone you love is causing you to feel this way during the holidays. What is it that made you become an empty nester, or now live alone? So that's really is going to help to drive what you do. Because if I don't want to say to you to go and do a whole lot of joyful things if you're really feeling the loss of a loved one. But there are still things that you can do. We can still enjoy these days. It's your personal choice. Always, anything I say is your personal choice. And even being an empty nester or being alone can be a personal choice. You may find, you may find yourself emotionally or physically distanced from your family and friends. People moved away. There's nobody close to you anymore. So it could be a lot of reasons. There are many ways. There's still many ways to enjoy the holidays when life brings about changes. Life is going to always bring changes. Today is not like yesterday. Tomorrow will not be like today. So change happens. One thing, when I was in the workforce, I used to like change, because change puts everybody on the same playing ground. All those people at work that thought they knew everything and could do everything, and they thought that they were the top notch, and then they bring in a whole new system that none of us knew. I'm like, oops, None of us are top notch now, so we're all on the same playing ground. So that's one reason I like change. But anyway, there are many ways to enjoy the holidays after change. But you may want to consider lifting some of the weight off your own shoulders and exploring ways, look for ways to enjoy the holidays, or at least make them more where you can navigate them, make navigating them easier for you. You look for ways to make them easier for you. That's really what all of this is about. How do you make it easier for yourself? You know. Oh, uh, it's natural. I mean, it's natural to feel sad. It's natural to feel lonely. It's a natural thing to feel unmotivated, especially if this is a new experience for you. Or if you're experiencing some type of loss, if this is the first Christmas, the first holiday season where you're by yourself, it's natural to feel lonely. It's natural to feel sad or unmotivated, don't feel like doing nothing. That's a natural feeling. And watching these TV shows, movies, and as I said, and on social media, constantly show you an image of what the ideal holiday season looks like. Everything shows you what everything should look like. We don't we if we allow it, we won't get to decide for ourselves what anything should be in our lives. The television tell you what it should be, the movies tell you what it should be, social media tell you what it should look like, and because it can be easy to feel as though you're not measuring up, especially when you're spending that holiday alone. It makes you feel like you're not measuring up, because on television, they all at the table with the family, the kids are running around, they're having their Christmas parties, all these things are going on. So it can make you feel like you're not measuring up, that there's something wrong with you. But we said before, it's never what's wrong with me, ever. That's not ever a question we want to ask ourselves. We always want to know what happened to me. When we understand what happened to us, we understand why we react the way that we do. There is no one way to experience the holidays. I don't care, and this is from Rosie to you. I don't care what the television says. I don't care what the movie says. I don't care what social media says. That's why we don't do those things, like putting up our tree. You don't have to put your tree up the day before Thanksgiving. After Thanksgiving. Your house, your tree, your electricity bill, put your tree up when you get ready. So there is no one way, and you really don't want to live a life where society and the television and stuff is dictating how you live and how you enjoy yourself, because they don't know the extent of what you're going through. They don't know the extent of your life. They don't know the extent of your trauma. So those families that you see on television, they don't show you the family very seldom, where the dad passed away or the mom passed away, and it's just them and the kids. Now and they having a super wonderful Merry Christmas. They show you the television show where everybody's together and they all loving. They're not showing you that show where you and your brother got into this argument, or somebody did, or the cake was messed up, or the turkey wasn't cooked. They don't show you that. If they do it, they take it very lightly. It's not often. Most of the time, those pictures show you the ideal, quote unquote, scenario. In fact, not all cultures involve family gatherings and presents and rituals that we use to celebrate the holidays. Not even every culture does it. So people all over the world have found other ways to commemorate these dates. And if you can go back and look at what some other cultures do, or you can create your own. You can create your own. You can create your own. One thing you can do, one thing that I like to do, I love the holidays. I don't know if you can see my chair, but I got the covers over my chair because I decorate for the holiday. My children are all adults. My children are all gone. They're all grown, and I live alone. So they may come over. They know that they're welcome to come over if they choose to come over. But it's not like now. If they don't come over, I focus on, oh my God, nobody showed up. We have options. We can stay in the pity party, or we can get out and have a party. It's up to us. And sometimes saying that is way easier than actually doing it. But when you take that step and push yourself to take that step, say, if you like decorating, now I don't decorate for them. I pick the things that I like, things that I probably never did before. I look for things that that the colors maybe that I've never that my favorite color. I can do this in royal. I can do my tree in royal blue because royal blue is my favorite color. I can do things now that I probably wouldn't have done that way because I had the children who were helping me and a part of the decorating. Now I just do things that I just do the things that I want to do. Oh, that I'm sorry, guys. Hold on 1 second. An incarcerated individual. They got all this stuff. I'm gonna have to cancel him and turn my phone off. That's my son. You know, I don't know. He forgets. I guess that I go live on Saturday morning, but he's the one that's in prison. So we'll talk to him later. Anyway, we need to do this. So we do different things that make us okay. We are responsible for our own happiness. We are responsible for making ourselves happy. It would be so unfair for me to have my son Daryl drive to Chicago just because I'm not okay at home by myself. It's unfair because he had, like I said, he's a single parent. And even if he wasn't a single parent, even if he wasn't raising those kids, it wouldn't matter. If he was a man by himself and he chooses, you know what, today I just want to watch the football game and lay on my bed and eat what I cook. That's fine. We are individuals and we all have a right to live our lives our way. So to put that pressure on our kids is not fair either. Okay? So people all over the world have found other ways to commemorate these dates, and we can too. Looking at the holiday season from a different angle can help us to remove those emotional pressures that we sometimes feel. So reassess your expectations. You can use this time to go from how the season should be and to how your season will be. You can say not how the Christmas season should be, how the holiday season should be, but you can decide what it will be. And you can make your own will be your should be. You have options. We have options. And it's a great idea to start to look at those options and to take, heed to those options. And this could be your opportunity to experience something new and something different. How you decide to go about what you're going to do during the holiday, you can make it your adventure. You can do whatever you want to do. So don't get stuck in this is the way it should be. We should have this like this Christmas. Don't get stuck in Mary Law, my ex coworker, would talk to me and talk about me because we would talk about what we having for dinner on holidays, and she would tell me that's not what you have on the holiday, that's not what you cook, and I would say we're gonna have some potato salad. She said that's a picnic food, or I'd say we're gonna have macaroni and cheese, and she would say that's what you have on Friday night when you don't feel like cooking. So we used to have so much fun doing things and arguing about what we're gonna have. But this time I decided because I think because I was talking about curry chicken. I think that's how it all started. I was talking about it, thinking about curry chicken. I know my kids love curry chicken. And I said, I'm going to go all different this year. We're going to have red beans and rice, and I'm going to make some smothered cabbage. And I'm going to make the curry chicken, and I'm going to bake cookies instead of baking. I used to bake multiple cakes and pies. This time it won't be multiple cakes, but I got different types of cookies that I'm going to make, and tea cakes. I'm doing different things, and it's going to be fun. And this time Dave is going to bring the jerk chicken, and Shalina's going to bring the our gratin potatoes. So we're going to do it a little differently. Usually I would do the cooking. They didn't have to bring anything, and they don't have to bring anything now. When you get to that place where you're free in your mind, it doesn't become where if this doesn't work out, what's going to happen? You don't worry. That stuff kind of, you alleviate a lot of stress that can be in our lives because we expect things to be a certain way. It can be your opportunity to experience something different and something new. How you decide to go about it can be your own adventure. Think about it that way. Okay. Now, this does not mean that you have to go into the holidays all excited. Everybody's not going to be all festive and excited. That doesn't mean that, you're going to go into the holidays all excited and festive. If that's not how you feel, that's not how you feel. But it could involve looking at it as an opportunity to do and experience what you need right now. Right now, if you're feeling lonely, that means you don't want to be alone. That means you need something different in your life. So it could be an opportunity to experience something, give you something that fulfills what you need right now. If you're going through a difficult time, you could see the holiday. It's just a few days anyway. It could be a time for you to spend some time to heal. There are so many things you can do, and a lot of things don't cost a lot of money. I'll tell you about this a little later. But anyway, a lot of things don't cost a lot of money, things that you can do. So if you're away from your loved ones, You can see it as the year I did something different. You know, this year I'm not around my family. You make it your day. Make it your day. Order breakfast and have breakfast in bed, and watch scary movies or watch Christmas movies, whatever you like. I love scary movies. Watch scary movies, or just lounge around in your lounging clothes and just be real cool. Put on your Christmas music, or find things to do. And don't allow your mind, because you know our thinking is going to affect how we feel, and how we feel is going to affect how we act. So be mindful when those things come up on you, like you start to feel a certain way. Be careful to not let your emotions go way off and deep in. Now, I'm not telling you to put on a whole lot of different regular Motown, because some of that stuff can make you feel like, oh, I'm by myself. That can do it too. I'm so tired of being alone. Be mindful. But there's some Christmas music, there's some Motown, there's some gospel music. You choose what will make your day. I was talking to this young lady, and she said that sometimes she enjoyed dancing. I don't know who told the Christian people that they don't dance. I don't know who decided that. I don't know who told the Christian people that you can't have a glass of wine if you choose to. I always say, because I have a bar in my house, and I always say that Jesus didn't turn water into Kool-Aid. I'm not a drinker. I got a refrigerator full of pop. I don't drink pop either. But when I have guests, if somebody would like to have a glass of wine, they can. If somebody would like to have a pop, they can. And if I want a glass of wine, I'll have one too. So that's the stuff. You know, our lives belong to us. You do what you feel like it. I do what I decide I want to do. No one else gets to decide how I live my life. No one else decides how you live yours. So look for, even if you're away from your loved one, this is a year you can try something different. Or get involved in some neighborhood or some local events in the neighborhood. You know, there's a lot of things. Know that the holidays are only a few days. So whatever new experience you decide to do, it don't have to last forever. This is what I'm doing right now to get me through the holidays. And you go back to doing whatever you want after the holidays. It's really up to you. It does not need to mean something specific. It can be anything you decide you want it to be. So some of the things that we can do, and I think this is big for me, we can be thankful. There are so many benefits in establishing a regular practice of Thanksgiving. Being thankful is huge. When we expressing gratitude can help you appreciate what you already have. Focus on the positive things in life and see the good in others. This will help you heal. We know, we don't look through the window of other people's life. We look at others through the mirror of our own. And when we do that, we begin to see the good in people. Everybody is not bad. Everybody's not out to get you. Everybody's not hating on you. Stop allowing social media and stuff to tell you about your haters. You may not even have none. They may not even care what you do. It may not even matter to them what you do. We don't want to end up being in competition with ourselves when nobody else even a part of it. We have these things in our head that we think people competing against us, and people don't even care what we do. There's a research that was by trusted source suggests that practicing gratitude can improve your overall health and wellness. And it can also help with the feeling of loneliness. So when you start to being grateful and start to looking at, that's why, like I say, sometimes we need to write things down. If you sit there and write the stuff down that went bad in your life, and if you would really take your time and write down the days that you woke up, the days that you were able to even cook your meal, or the days that when you wasn't able to cook your meal, somebody was able to bring it to you, the day that you were able to order Uber Eats or get in a cab or drive your car or hear a voice from someone who called to say hi and check on you. If you look at all those things that happen good in your life, and we can stop feeling bad about those things that happen bad, what we can do, we can really, we can celebrate those things. My mom, I tell you, my mom passed away. So I celebrate the things she would do. I'm not sad and sitting here crying because, oh Lord, I don't have a mama no more. I remember the fun things she did. That's why I make tea cakes. There's a rumor, and I'm going to tell you guys the truth, that, oh, you love to cook. They say that. I didn't tell anybody I love to cook. You know what I love? I love being alive. I love enjoying life every day. I love being everything that God created me to be. I love having life, and I love having abundant life. I love being joyful. I love being content. I love life. That's what I love. And my mom, when we made like homemade tea cakes and we made the homemade cookies, I made my cookie dough and I've frozen some already. The different types of cookies that I'll be making. That stuff I do because I enjoy being alive. And I also want to keep some of those traditions and some of those recipes that mom had, that mom did. There are so many people my age rather, and older, who have like given up on those things. Well, I don't cook no more. The kids are not here. So what? The kids are not there. If I want to cook, I cook that prime rib and dressing way before Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving, I didn't cook. I didn't even cook dressing. I just made some spaghetti and some chitlins. That's all, and made that cake. I didn't cook, but then Shalina brought me a dinner with dressing and stuff on it. That's another reason we're not gonna have it at Christmas time, because we had that twice really. But that kind of stuff. We got so many things that we can do, and to bake a tea cake and to bake a cake from scratch and to make the caramel like my mom used to make the caramel, where once the cake is dry you can actually touch it and it's not sticky, but when you cut it melts in your mouth. I love making my caramel that way. That kind of stuff, because it reminds me of her, the good things that she did. I love giving because that's what she did. And so some of that stuff is my way of remembering her. My chain, now you see I have on my mom's jewelry today, my necklace and my earrings, things like that, little things that maybe not mean anything, like Pastor Streeter said, may not mean much to you, but these are the things that I do. It's not because, oh, Rosie loves cooking, she don't have anything else to do. I like sometimes watching me a good movie too. Sometimes I like doing nothing, getting in my bed and getting under the blanket and going to sleep. I enjoy that too, but I decide what my day is going to be like. I command this day. God, you gave me this day. How am I going to make it my day? How am I going to make it something that I enjoy? And that's what I do. So even if you don't know how to start gratitude, you can start a journal. And I know I'm always writing, but a gratitude journal is a great way to start. And you can begin by writing down all the things that you're grateful for, as many as you can think of. From the basic everyday things to the more, the more eccentric ones, the bigger ones. But you can start by just write down what you're thankful for. Don't start by writing on those things that get on your nerve. Write down what you're thankful for. And when you do that, you'll find that the things that get on your nerve as not, they're not as bad as they're not as bad as the things that you find that are bothering you. And there are many, like I say, I think I said it. We can also change our perspective. Being grateful can change our perspective by turning our focus away from ourselves. Positive emotions like appreciation, like just being appreciative, can significantly lower your cortisol levels, so that it can help us. It helps us in our physical sense as well. Just being positive helps you. You feel better. What the scripture said, that laughter is the best medicine. Oh my goodness, you get a good belly laugh and the fine things to do that will make you okay during this holiday. Increase happiness. Gratitude is consistently associated with greater happiness. Just being grateful makes you happy. And then we can also share our time. Give your time to support a cause that is a great way to give back and to do something good, especially now during the holidays where it's easy to find something to do. This season is filled with opportunities to help those in need. Even I'm one of those people that don't wait for the holidays. I figure everybody else feeding people on the holiday, I can feed them July 19th. So, but that's just Rosie. You do find something to do during the holidays and during this time. Whenever you're feeling down, find something to do. Participate in some type of gift drive or help with meals for the homeless. There's a lot. Give your time at a local animal shelter if you like. Donate clothes. You can go through your closet. You don't have to even go outside. You can go through your closet, and those things that you haven't worn in a year or two, the ones that you're going to lose weight to wear. You may want to go through your closet and be a blessing to somebody that way. Or one of the things that really, for me, works is visiting an assisted living home. Sending them some holiday cards. Do something for somebody else, and it can take the focus off. Oh, I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling down. I don't have anybody. Volunteering can also make you feel good about yourself, good about your life, and you get to meet other people. When you go out and volunteer at the shelters and you get to meet other people, and that's what you want. As our life bring about changes and our kids and children move out, you're gonna need other people in your life. You want to bring other people in your life. You want to find other things to do. My one of my daughters, well, not biological, because my little Ling Ling fusses at me because I always say that my daughter. But one of my babies already, well, she told me way before now, Mama Rose, you know I'm coming for Christmas. My family and I are coming for Christmas, and I'm looking forward to it. And then I have another one. She says she's not gonna call me Mama because we're the same age. She's not my age, but she says she is. So she's coming over. She and her new friend, they're coming over for Christmas. So everybody at my house are not my family members, blood family members, but they are my family. So some of my children will be here, but I have friends who will be here too. I have a couple of people I met. A couple of people I met, and I'm gonna see if they have things to do for the holiday. If not, they can come by too. So I find things. I will be surrounded by laughter. I will be surrounded by music. I'll be surrounded by food, and it will be a good holiday. I'm gonna make it a good holiday. Sharing your time can have a positive effect, I said, on your overall health. It can also create a sense of connection to other people and to things that you're passionate about, the causes that you're passionate about. So, right now, many churches, charities, nonprofits, they have information on volunteer needs right on their website. You can call them up or you can go to their website. We have a few comments, and I'm going to take a look. Good morning, Joyce. Good to see you. Hey, Pastor Triplet. That's my son. Joyce, thank you so much. That's my other son. Amen. It's so good to see you, Pastor. I love you. Let your creativity flow. While decorating, baking, or doing holiday themed art and crafts are ways to let your creativity flow. They aren't the only ways. They're not the only ways to engage in doing something creative during the holidays. When you're spending the holidays alone, it can be easier to shy away from typical traditional activities. Instead of letting yourself focus on what you're not doing with your loved one this year, consider using your imagination to create new traditions for yourself. And this can include a lot of things. What tradition you decide to change, what you decide to start doing. You can come up with a heartfelt tribute to the people that you love who are no longer there. Establish an annual Christmas Day movie date with yourself or with somebody else. It doesn't have to be your lover. It can be your friend. A movie date. I have a date planned on the 17th with this young lady, and we get together. We get together and we stop and get something to eat. Last year, I think we had sub sandwiches, and we drive around and look at the Christmas decorations. And it is wonderful. There are a lot of big houses over here, and there's a lot of great decorations over here. So we drive around and do that. I'm working right now on my Advent puzzle. So I do puzzles. I'm doing my theme puzzle. There's a lot of things, and what I do to bring other people in, I put my puzzles on the table. They're right on the living room table, the coffee table. And when people come by, I'm in no hurry to do it. I'm in no hurry ever to do anything. So when I put my puzzle on the table, and I'll go and work on it. But then, like, this one is every day I do 42 pieces. But sometimes I'm not in a hurry to finish, because if somebody stop by, they can help do the puzzle. So we find other things to do. I have friends that come over and we do nothing. We go to Walmart. It doesn't matter what we do, but things to not let me sit here and focus on the fact that all my kids are grown, that my husband and we're no longer married. I'm by myself. You can sit. We have an option. We can be sad in those moments, or we can make our day wonderful. It's up to us. Doing something not holiday related. You can decide, on Christmas, I got my food done, only my favorite dishes only. I'm not expecting anybody. I'm watching a horror movie all day. I'm looking for a marathon. I'm going to watch me a marathon. I remember one day, there's a young lady, Dr. Phyllis Wilson, and her mom did that. I didn't pay attention to it until later, but she made her dinner. And she made her plan. So she wasn't expecting anybody to come by, but Phyllis and I went by her house. And her dinner was enough for us to have some if we liked. We were welcome to have some. And that's what it is. If you come by here and I only make my dinner, you're still welcome to have some. And we can have coffee. We can have tea. I love different flavored teas. We got plenty of tea. You can have some eggnog. Those that drink pop, you're welcome. And we come by and we make our day. Open ourselves up. Don't close yourself. As your circle starts to get smaller with your children or with your husband or with your spouse, make it bigger with other people. Make it bigger. We don't want to isolate ourselves. Make it bigger. There's so many things that we can do to have a great day, to make our day a good day. So start look for those things to do. Another thing that we can do, reaching out to other people can help you regain your sense of connection. Sometimes we sit here, I can sit here and I can focus on my children are no longer with me. I can focus on my family doesn't live in Chicago. I'm the only one from my mom that lives here in Chicago. My brothers and sisters, most of them are in Michigan. I have a brother in Mississippi. But in my family member, all different states, I don't have people right here in Chicago, a lot of family members here in Chicago with me. But I can sit here and say, well, my family, they're not here. Or I can reach out to other people. Or I can even reach out to them to find some type of connection. I decided when I baked those cookies and I sent out care packages, I made cookies, tea cakes, and pecan brittle, and I mailed it to family members. Couldn't find your way to connect. It can also apply to loved ones who aren't in the same city. So that's what I did. I sent some to Kansas, to Michigan, some to family members, and even to the assisted living home. We can find things to do. Don't throw away your entire life because your children are no longer there. Don't throw away your happiness because things didn't go the way that you thought they should have. You decide how they're going to go and work toward that. Some of the ways we can stay connected, we can call an old friend. So what if that friend hasn't called you? You haven't heard from them in a long time. Pick up the phone and call an old friend. I have a friend, and I haven't spoken to her in a while, long time. And when I called her, she said, I was wondering what happened to you. Like, I said, that makes no sense to me. If you were wondering what happened to me, why didn't you pick up the phone and call me? Pick up the phone. Call somebody. Call a friend and sit there and talk, Call an old friend. Or you could arrange to have some type of virtual game night. Cindy and I decided one day that we were going to have a glass of wine, a virtual glass of wine together. And we did. We sat there and had a glass of wine. Find a way. Arrange for some virtual game night with people you love who don't live close by. And we're planning out. Hopefully we'll get together before Christmas. She and her husband and Joe and I, maybe his mom, and we'll do something before Christmas. We'll get to see each other. Find ways. There are people. This world is full of people. You do not have to be alone unless you choose to be. You don't have to sit and be in that sad place unless you choose to be. Meet a new neighbor. Some of us don't even know our neighbors. When I lived on the south side, a new neighbor moved in, and when a new neighbor moved in, I baked them a cake. If they moved into a house on my block, I baked them a cake and took it to them. This over here now in a condo setting, I baked cookies and I knocked on doors and I took people cookies. You can do things to bring people in your life. I know that one lady has kids, not a lot of kids, little kids in this building, but little things, whatever I can do. Organize your own Zoom family gathering. Sometimes we go on Facebook Messenger and the family get to talk to each other. Or you can attend a local event. We went to across the street. They had a Christmas Christmas concert. And I went over there, and I don't know what denomination they are. I really don't. But I went over there. I didn't understand not one song they sang, but it was so beautiful. And I really enjoyed myself. I didn't understand and there were all different nationalities in there. It wasn't like were they black? Yeah, they were some black too. I still didn't know those songs. Had never heard them. And it was so cool to watch because it's this beautiful, big old, beautiful church. And they would go up to the front and they sang, and then they would all get in line and march all the way out and go upstairs and sing. When I couldn't see them, it was just cool and it was different. Look for things. Don't close yourself off to things you're not used to. Don't close yourself off to listening to music that you don't normally listen to. Don't make yourself so narrow until when your box so small until when anything else outside you can't enjoy anything outside of your box. So think about those type of things that you can do to help you feel better during the holiday, to help you to get through the holidays. And try thinking about one thing that you want to achieve. This is another one. You can try thinking about one thing that I want to achieve this season. It can be something small like I want to bake the most perfect type of cookie. I made cookie dough. So butter cookies, I know how to make those already. I made chocolate chip. That's not new for me. But this time I put pecans in some of my chocolate chip cookie dough. So I made chocolate chip cookies, and I made chocolate chip cookies with pecan. And I'm also making coconut pineapple muffins because I made that cake and I really liked it, so I'm doing the coconut pineapple muffins this year, and I'm also doing pecan brittle. So I made those small things, and I got the little sandwich bag. So whatever we don't eat during Christmas Day, my guests can also leave with some treats to take home if they like. And I'm baking Lena asked for a chocolate fudge cake, so I'm gonna bake that. And my girlfriend asked for a caramel cake, so my son will not get caramel cake at my house this year. I'm giving that cake. I'm making it for my girlfriend. So things like that. So I'm making these type of cookies. Think of something larger. You can organize a specific number of holiday care packages that you can give to the families in need. Think of something that you can do. We don't want to sit down. As long as we sit down and do nothing, our bodies become used to do nothing. And it gives our mind so much free time to wander. And our mind will take us places that we don't want to go. Once you come up with this goal, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, you can start planning the steps that you need to reach it. So I know that I made the cookie dough yesterday. And now I know I don't have to bake these cookies until right before Christmas. And things like that. Things like that. You can start planning ahead. And as you plan ahead, what planning ahead does, it gives you something to do those days leading up to it. So you can have something to do every day. Yesterday, I had planned to make my little grandson said he wanted tea cake. And it's so fun to me that they didn't even know, most of the kids his age don't even know what a tea cake is, but he wanted tea cake. So if they don't come for Christmas, I'm going to send them some tea cakes. So yesterday I took out the stuff to make the tea cakes, but I didn't have enough milk. So I'm going to go ahead and when I get milk, I'll make the tea cake. So it keeps me like having something to do. Today, I'm going to the mall with my daughter. I called her up and told her, I said, I need to go to the mall. I'm going to the mall tomorrow. She said, why are you telling me? I said, because you want to drive me. And now I'm not a burden to them. I don't need them all the time to do stuff for me. Most of the time, sometimes we don't even hear from each other for a week, and she's like less than a block from my house. I live my life and do my thing. She live her life and take care of baby, do her thing. And when we come together, it's fun now. It's fun. She the one came over. She said, "What?" I had her come over, and I said, "Come braid my hair." And she is almost like she enjoyed doing things for me more now. And I feel like it could be because the things that she do is not demanding. If I had said to her, come and braid my hair, and she said, no, Mom, I don't feel like no, Mom, I can't do it, it would have been okay. So I think because there is no pressure, it becomes more enjoyable. So once you decide on what you want to do, add these things to your calendar, so you can to help yourself be accountable for them. Oh, I'm going to bake these cookies. I'm going to do this right here. And I'm going to go shopping for this. I know I need green peppers. I don't want to get those too early. Things that you may want to do, make your plans that way. And then you start moving toward your plan. That'll help you to give you something to do during the holidays. And as I said, I get up a lot of times and I turn on my music, gospel music. I love gospel. I turn on some Christmas music, whatever I want to hear. I turn on my music. I sit there and have my coffee at the table, and sometimes I listen to music. And then I get on the prayer line. We have a lot of things. There's a prayer line that starts at 5 a.m. every day of the week. It's 5 a.m. 5 till 5:30. Declarations and decrees, and then the prayer starts at 5:30. Until it's over. And sometimes it goes on, all depending on how many people on the line, and it's an international prayer line. So I'll put that in the comments today. It's an international prayer line. And you can go on. If you want to pray, you can. If you want to listen, you can. And it's an international line where people, even in South Korea, are on the line. Sister Cookie's in South Korea. She's in the Army. People in Texas, in Mississippi, and New Orleans, all over the world, you can go on this line and be in this prayer line. That's the prayer line I was on last up until Thursday during the decrees and declaration. And another thing for me, I also I spoke at Lewis University. I spoke to the students at Lewis University. So I have another email with an opportunity to speak more in 2025. So I'll be doing that. Find things to do. Build your own world the way you want to. Build your own life the way you want. Treat yourself. Treat yourself might mean buying an item that you've had your eye on for a while. Visiting a new place you haven't had time to go to. Indulge in your favorite dessert, something that I've never had this. I don't know how to make pecan pies, but I do love them. I plan to learn how to make pecan pies. I won't be making it for Christmas, but that may be something I decide to try and do for New Year's. I'm learning how to do things that I've never done, things that I enjoy. Buying that item that you had your eye on. That's why we're going to the mall today, because I'm going to look at some perfume that I'm interested in. I'm going to smell it and see if I really like it and that kind of thing. Those things, come up with things. And when you decide on some things, like if you want to buy that fur, whatever it is that you want in your life, whatever you want, and if especially if it's a big ticket item, start to plan for it. Start to plan for it. Start to plan for it. That can be your gift that you started to plan for now. And you don't even have to be a Christmas gift. If you decide you want to buy something that your finances are not ready to buy yet, you can start for your birthday. Start to do things. Put plans in your life. And it can also mean taking the time for yourself. You can spend time at some wonderful location, or participating in any experience that brings you joy. That's really what it's about. Things that bring you joy. Maybe take up a new hobby. Whatever it is, something to keep your mind occupied, keep you, you don't want to be busy doing nothing just to be busy, but you want to do things you enjoy. Think about that beloved vacation, that place you want to go. And it doesn't have to be anywhere big. I know that I plan to go to Birmingham, Alabama. I've never been there, but I have a niece now who lives there. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go to Birmingham now. I just want to go. I've never been there, and I'm looking forward to going. Things like that. I want to go to Maine. I want to go by Maine and sit by the water and eat. I don't care what I eat. I just want to sit there and see the boats go down through the streets. That's the plan. And I plan to do that. Little things. They don't have to be great, big things. Whatever you choose, treating yourself with things or experiences that bring you peace and joy can help your mood and will help you reconnect with this time of year in a very different way, where there's not sadness, but there's some joy, where you're doing things that you enjoy doing. Okay? Feel your feelings. I said all of that, but feel your feelings. Not every moment is going to be merry and bright when you're spending the holidays alone, or even when you're spending it with other people. You can spend a holiday with a house full of people, and that doesn't mean that your holiday gonna be merry and bright. Know that, and know that that's okay. If you want to avoid anticipating and thinking about what you really may want to try to avoid anticipating and thinking about how you will feel, how this gonna be. You know, how you don't know how you're going to feel tomorrow. Now, you can plan it enough until you will feel what you say you're going to feel. You can make it up in your mind that, I'm going to feel this way. You can do that if you want. Like today, which is anniversary of my mom's death, or the anniversary of people dying in our family, people who were really close to you. You can decide today, I'm going to feel real bad on July 1st, because that's the day my mama died. You can decide that today if you like. But you can also let it go. You can also stop telling yourself how you're going to feel in July. Instead, try to be ready to embrace it if it does come. Don't plan it. Just be ready. If it does, if I feel sad on July 1st, then I will feel sad. But I'm not planning to feel sad. I'm not telling myself that I'm going to be that way. I don't know how I'm going to feel July 1st. Something could happen that I feel like that day could feel like the best thing that ever happened to me. And it can really kind of minimize that feeling of pain that's the same day my mom died. We don't know. So we don't want to say those things in our lives way before they happen. It may not be true. Make space for your emotions, even the ones that are less pleasant. So if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. If that happens that day, that's how it happened that day. Make space for it. Doing so can be a part of the healing process. The holidays can offer time for healing. It depending on how you work. It can also be a time for healing. When you start to doing things that you enjoy, perhaps spending these days alone may give you room to express your feeling. So whatever you need, expressing your feeling can be a complicated process for some people. And feeling uncomfortable sharing it's not uncommon. But why do you feel the need to hold it back? And is there a way to learn a skill of how do I express my feelings? We may talk about that our next area. How do you express your feelings? Or we may talk about it after the holidays. Because expressing our feelings, it's complicated. But sometimes when we hold this stuff in us, it comes out in other ways. So we want to be mindful. We want to be really mindful. We want to be careful. We want to get through these holidays. We want to enjoy these holidays. And we can enjoy them. We can. If you continue to have a difficult time coping throughout this season, or your feeling of sadness or loneliness increase, it also could be time to talk to a professional, to a therapist. When we have these persistent feelings of loneliness or sadness, it may be a sign that you need some type of support. when it becomes chronic loneliness, is linked to conditions like anxiety, depression, and a professional can determine if one of these, what condition is actually affecting you. So you may be like, well, I'm feeling lonely because of the holiday. I'm always feeling lonely because of the holiday, and actually, it could be depression. So talking to somebody can sometimes help us to get, to determine what it is, and to help us to get past it. Good morning, Jeremiah. God bless you. Love you. Good to see you on here. And good morning, Corey. I love you. Thank you so much for joining today. That's what I wanted to share with you today. Make this holiday whatever you decide you want it to be. Find some things to do. The kids are not grown, or the kids are adults. That doesn't mean that you can't put your tree up if you want. This is the first time. I don't think you can see my tree. Let me see if you can see it's still on over there because I always leave it on. If you can see my tree is not up now for my children. My tree is up because this is the tree and what I chose for me now. If they come and see it, I'm excited about it. If not, maybe I'll post a picture about it. Next Saturday, after my live, I will be doing my gingerbread house. I've never done a gingerbread house, but I'm doing my gingerbread house, and I will post pictures on, we have a family Facebook page for the family to see. I did encourage the family to do some gingerbread houses too. They may not need to, they're welcome to join me, but see, because I'm here by myself and I look for things to make my day, I don't get upset with the other family members who may not do that because they may have other things they're already doing to be okay. We want to get to a place where we're able to relax. We want to release all those things, and we just want to enjoy our lives. So next week, God willing, I'll be making my gingerbread house. If not Sunday, or I don't know, Monday, but I'll be doing my gingerbread house, and I'll be posting that on our page. And then I'll continue to bake, and I'll continue to prep and to get things ready. So when time to cook, I'll be ready to cook, and doing things like that, and enjoying every minute. I'll continue to listen to my music. I will continue to entertain my friends and hang out and stuff. And I find things to do. I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing Sydney and Jim before the holiday. So we're looking for times like that, and maybe even my Mustang, she may stop by, just for a moment or so, or maybe I can go by her house and hang out for a little bit. But find things to do. The weather's not ice on the ground in Chicago. We can get outside. It's cold, but we can dress. I'm dressed because I'm going out after this. But that's what we can do. We can sit in our houses. We can be lonely. We can be sad. We can acknowledge those feelings. Yeah, I feel sad today. I wish my mom was here. But we can't do anything about that. We can't change anything that has already happened. We can sit here and we can say to ourselves that this has been a horrible year, but that's not a whole true statement a lot of times, because some horrible things may have happened this year. But the fact that you're still alive today to say that shows that hasn't been the entire year has not been horrible. The fact that if you were able to go to work, if you were able to even make it to the doctor, all those things. See, we don't want it to be because everything's going my way, it's a good year. No, it doesn't always have to go our way. Some things happen in our lives that we hope had not happened, or we wish that we didn't have to go through. But the truth is, our thinking is going to control everything. If we can change our thinking about things, if we can start to see my cup is not half empty, my cup is always like about to run over. You can choose that if you want. You can have a half full one, or you can even let it run over. And mine's always run over. And you have to be mindful. Don't allow people to come in who can have that effect to change that. Thank you so much for joining. We will be posting this on YouTube. I really, really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come and be with us. And look for ways. I pray that you look for ways to, I hope you have a very, very happy holiday season. Not just Christmas Day, but the preparations coming up to Christmas, even the cleaning, whatever you're doing. Even if you're still decorating, put on you some music, make some hot chocolate, get you a couple of cookies or something, and dance as you make it. Whatever you want to do, make it fun. So if you got kids around that can help, fine. If you're doing it by yourself, who's in a hurry? You don't have to finish it one day. You can start it today and do something else the next day. It's up to you. You can change your mind if you want to. But you can make this a good time, and you can make this a good day, and you can enjoy these holidays. Even as an empty nester, or if you live alone, you can enjoy these holidays. Don't allow people in your life to be what makes you happy. Make your own self happy. Be responsible for your own happiness. Let God be the center of your joy, but make your own self happy. Our affirmations are for today, and I thank you again. I accept myself for who I am. My feelings, what I feel, do not define me. It's okay to be the way that I am right now. So you can repeat after me if you want to. I accept myself for who I am. My feelings do not define me. It's okay to be the way that I am right now. I take full ownership of my life. I make a conscious decision to enjoy the holiday seasons. And I am always a safe place for myself. Thank you again for joining. I really, really appreciate you. I pray that you all have a wonderful day, and I will be back Friday morning with Miss Patricia, Miss Pat. Her name may not be Patricia, but Pat McCray out of Memphis, Tennessee. She'll be with us Friday with Friday's Word, and she'll be doing prayer, meditation, and praying. An awesome young lady, so she'll be on doing that. And then I'll be back on Saturday. And I don't know what we'll be talking about, but we'll be going through the holidays together. You all have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you again. And thanks again for joining, everybody. Goodbye.